Welcome to Bite at a Time Books, where we read you your favorite classics one bite at a time. My name is Bree Carlile, and I love to read and wanted to share my passion with listeners like you. You can sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com. You'll also find our new t-shirts in the shop, including podcast shirts and quote shirts from your favorite classic novels. Be sure to follow my show on your favorite podcast platform so you get all the new episodes. We're part of the Bite at a Time Books Productions Network. If you'd also like to hear what inspired your favorite classic author to write their novels, and what was going on in the world at the time, check out the Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Today we'll be continuing Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Chapter 22, The Little One Who Was Crying in Volume 2. On the day following that on which these events took place, in the house on the Boulevard de la Hopital, a child, who seemed to be coming from the direction of the bridge of Austerlitz, was ascending the side alley on the right in the direction of the Barrière des Fontainebleau. Night had fully come. This lad was pale, thin, clad in rags, with linen trousers in the month of February, and was singing at the top of his voice. At the corner of the Rue du Petit Banquier, a bent old woman was rummaging in a heap of refuse by the light of a street lantern. The child jostled her as he passed, then recoiled, exclaiming, "Hello, and I took it for an enormous dog." He pronounced the word enormous the second time, with a jeering swell of the voice which might be tolerably well represented by capitals. An enormous dog. The old woman straightened herself up in a fury. "Nasty brat," she grumbled. "If I hadn't been bending over, I know well where I would have planted my foot on you." The boy was already far away. Kiss," he cried. "After that, I don't think I was mistaken." The old woman, choking with indignation, now rose completely upright, and the red gleam of the lantern fully lighted up her livid face, all hollowed into angles and wrinkles, with crow's feet meeting the corners of her mouth. Her body was lost in the darkness, and only her head was visible. One would have pronounced her a mask of decrepitude, carved out by a light from the night. The boy surveyed her. "Madame," said he, "does not possess that style of beauty which pleases me." He then pursued his road and resumed his song. "Les rois coupent des bas, s'en allait à la chasse à corbeau." At the end of these 3 lines, he paused. He had arrived in front of number 5052, and finding the door fastened, he began to assault it with resounding and heroic kicks, which betrayed rather the man's shoes that he was wearing than the child's feet which he owned. In the meanwhile, the very old woman whom he had encountered at the corner of the Rue du Petit Banquier hastened up behind him, uttering clamorous cries and indulging in lavish and exaggerated gestures. What's this? Lord God, he's battering the door down. He's knocking the house down." The kicks continued. The old woman strained her lungs. "Is that the way buildings are treated nowadays?" All at once she paused. She had recognized the gamin. "What? So it's that imp?" "Why, it's the old lady," said the lad. "Good day, Bougamouche. I have come to see my ancestors." The old woman retorted with a composite grimace, and a wonderful improvisation of hatred, taking advantage of feebleness and ugliness, which was unfortunately wasted in the dark. "There's no one here." "Bah," retorted the boy. "Where's my father?" "At La Force." "Come now, and my mother?" "At Saint Lazare." "Well, and my sisters?" "At the Melinettes." The lad scratched his head behind his ear, stared at Ma'am Bougon, and said, "Ah." Then he executed a pirouette on his heel. A moment later, the old woman, who had remained on the doorstep, heard him singing in his clear young voice as he plunged under the black elm trees in the wintry wind. "Les rois coupent d'eau, c'est allait à la chasse au corbeau, montez sur 2 chasses, quand on pastait dessous, ou le paillet dessous." The end of Volume 3. Marius. Thank you for joining Bite at a Time Books today, while we read a bite of one of your favorite classics. Again, my name is Bree Carlile, and I hope you come back tomorrow for the next bite of Les Miserables. Don't forget, you can sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com. And while you're there, check out our t-shirt shop. You can look in the show notes or on our website, biteatatimebooks.com, for the rest of the links for our show. We'd love to hear from you on social media. You can find us everywhere at Bite at a Time Books.